Well, hi. Thanks for talking to me. Appreciate it. Sorry to see you go. To start out, why don't you talk about, why did you want to be a part of it? Maybe other than the money, I guess. Did you want to go to be a part of the show?
Um, yeah, sure. It's nice to meet you, by the way, Jamie, and thank you for taking out your time for this conversation.
Sure.
So really, I never in my life thought that I would be on reality TV. The opportunity it genuinely did fall in my lap. I got a DM asking if I want to be on a show, if they could meet me on a Zoom call. I said yes, and then literally a couple days later, they were like, "Okay, like, do you want to be on Deal No Deal Island?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I will." I watched the first season for the first time. I watched a couple episodes and I'm like, I like, yeah, fuck it. I think I could do this. And that was really it. And I'm so glad that I did.
So it wasn't something then you pursued. Like I know some people they try out over and over and over again for things trying to get on. It sounds like that wasn't the case.
No, it's so crazy. I just, I never thought in a million years. I'd always been told throughout my whole life, like, oh my God, you'd be great on reality TV. But I'm like, no, like, I don't know. Like just my personality type and the way that I talk to people that I don't like. I'm like, I don't know if it'll be good for me. I don't know. But it did. And I'm like, if this all works out and I really get casted on this shit, then it was totally meant to be. And it really was. I'm so grateful that I did it.
I know a lot of people they once they're on one, they keep going on other things. Do you intend to try to do other things after this, or is that enough?
I would. I definitely would. I would absolutely love to.
Okay. What surprised you the most? I guess from what you expected it to be.
How long everything takes. How long everything takes. They don't allow us to really talk to each other unless the cameras are on. So how many times like I really did have to stand in the jungle in complete silence. Like, for example, the hammock challenge. Oh my God, that took hours. It took hours. And while, I went second, so having to wait until everyone else to go, like, we had to sit down and for a very long time, just in the jungle. It had been raining so much. There was so much mud, and I don't like mud and bugs and all that. I think it's disgusting. So just all of that.
Right. What you don't like mud and bugs. I wouldn't either. But what did you like? Did you get to enjoy the island while you were there outside of the competitions and things? Like, did you after stay or anything like that?
I had a phenomenal time once I got eliminated. I had a ball. That was the most wonderful part.
Free vacation, huh?
Right. Oh my God,
What
it was great.
what was your favorite part of the island?
My favorite part on the island, I would say probably, meeting the connections that I made. Like with something like that, you know, even in your leisure time, right? Like even the times that I was safe, it's like, okay, like I can enjoy this night, right? Like I can enjoy Temple and I can enjoy the evening, but I'm always thinking about what I want to say, what I can't say, who I should talk to. Um, it's extremely mental. So especially, when I'm on the bottom, like there's really no room to rest. It's like I have to really convince myself, no matter what happens, it's already written. You know what I'm saying? There's really, like just try your best to enjoy it. So I would just say the best part of the island were just the connections I made and the people that I really enjoy.
Do you feel then the mental part was harder for you than the physical part of it?
I would say, I would say the physical part was difficult, but I did go onto the island really knowing that I'm not going to be a huge physical threat. Like I knew that I wasn't going to eat down on all these challenges. But there was a part of me that really had like a peace with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I would just go into one, so I'm like, all right, like fuck it, like I'll try my best or whatever. The mental part of it is a lot. I feel like I really did compose myself very well, but I would be lying if I said that my mind wasn't racing a million miles a minute. Like every single night, you're doing so much and you're filming and you're thinking so much that it's like by the time you're finally, you go to sleep, you're just like, I literally must take this rest.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now thinking back of it, now that you've had time away from it, what do you think like was your, I guess, your biggest mistake? What do you think you maybe would do differently if you were able to do it over?
I wouldn't do anything differently. I wouldn't do absolutely anything differently because the show is not over. And I absolutely cannot wait for everyone to see at home how the rest unfolds. I stand by every single decision I made. I would have done it the exact same way. If if there were two outcomes, like obviously like I'm the winner.
Yeah.
If I right, like hell yeah, fuck it, yeah, of course I'd love to fucking win. But it's like if this was the second, I or Seychelle, or you can change absolutely anything, I wouldn't.
That's fair. Because I was going to say you jumped for the case, even though obviously you were afraid to go up there, which was really great. You were able to do it once, but that was what I was going to ask. Do you kind of wish you had gone for it the second time? But maybe you don't.
I always think I think about that moment and I think about how I was feeling in that moment. And it's so crazy because whenever I think about it, I feel like I'm reliving it and like the true genuine fear that I had. And honestly, I didn't want to do it. I just didn't. Like I
Well, I was
didn't
going to say, it's
want to
good you
do
did it
it.
the first time, though. You did it once, so that's what matters, right?
Right. Like I'm like, all right, I did it, but then I'm just like, all right, I didn't want to do it anymore.
Even if you wouldn't change anything, though, what do you think, I guess, maybe would have, I think the way to ask this, like, what do you think would have went better if you'd done differently, even if you wouldn't change it and you're happy with the outcome? Do you think maybe if you had had a different alliance, or were pretty happy with who you chose, I guess, from the beginning, even though it didn't maybe go down so happy by the end?
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, the trajectory of the game would have totally changed if I would have at first aligned with Poverty and David, right? Like I could have been the auntie, fuck a daughter, right? I could have been the auntie. That would have been so different. It would have been different if maybe, I mean, there's no liquor on the Banker's Island, but if, I could have took a cute little 2, 3 shots before the jump, do I think I could have done it? Probably. But yeah, those things, I mean, would have totally changed the outcome of the game for me.
Yeah. What did you, I guess, how did you feel when you first found out about the contestants being from other reality shows? I mean, you had Pavarti, but also David. Nobody seemed to know David was from anything until after the fact. So, what was kind of your reaction to that?
I was so pissed when I saw Poverty there. Loved watching Poverty on Survivor and everything like that. But knowing that I was gonna have to be competing against her, I was so fucking pissed. Had no idea about David. One thing David did keep saying on the island was that he was one of the world's top supermodels, and that him and his wife are housing their 4 children at a home in Brooklyn. And I was just like, he got money. Like he got money, so he don't need to be here. And then when they brought Will in, I was pissed as well because I'm just like, damn, we just got rid of a man, and now we have to get rid of another one.
Yeah, I was going to say they might be fun to watch, but you probably don't want to really compete against them.
No, no, not really.
So, now that you've stepped away though, how do you feel, I guess, about like what happened, what went down, CK, all that? Are you still have the same feelings you did before? Have things changed?
No, when it initially happened, like I already had a feel for it, during the elimination, when she shouted us out, and she kind of was picking at Philip. I already knew. I'm like, she's gonna pick me. I just really, I need to when she does though, I need to read her down because it's what I'm good at, and I'm not just gonna, give her a hug and a kiss on her cheek and be like, it was so great, thank you so much. That's just not the type of bitch I am, especially if somebody tried to do me dirty, you know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, I mean, I loved how I went out and I totally stand by it. I mean, there's really no like I really left it there. Like, I'm really not a bitter bitch. Whatever is supposed to happen it just is what's supposed to happen. Yeah, so that's just how I feel about it.
Do you still, I mean, have you seen I assume you've seen them since the end of it. I mean, is the relationship since then? Do you feel like not just with her, just in general? I mean, are you still friends with these people and that kind of thing?
I mean, yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with a handful of people, and the handful of people is like, if I'm in their city, they're in mine. We talk almost every day. People that I can say, hey, like I gotta ask you a question, or what do you think about this? Totally. Um, And then other people, not really. Some people I don't really talk to. Some people it's just, kind of DM conversation, stuff like that.
Okay. Who do you want to win? I don't know if it's actually happened or not. You may already know who won. I'm not sure, but who did you want to win if you do know?
I want people in my alliance to win.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. You're going back for the finale though, right?
Hmm.
Okay. What then were you looking forward to for the finale?
Just enjoying it, honestly. Just like enjoying it. Um, being able to see the final game play out. If any drama or tea happens, it's totally the place for it to happen, because
Uh-huh.
you have one winner. But really, I just really wanted to enjoy it. Stir the pot if I could, in a way that's very genuine to me. But yeah.
Do you wish that you had been able to, I guess, play the cases and seal your own fate if you were going to leave at least? Do you think about that, or do you still just happy
I
with
don't
what?
think I don't think about it. I don't
Don't
think
think about
about it because I'm gonna continue to say it in every single interview. I like the show's not over. That's literally why I absolutely love the way that it happened.
Has your life changed now that you've been off of it? I mean, you talk about like, you watch Pravarti on TV. Obviously, now you're one of those people that people watch on TV and have seen. So has your cha life changed if people approached you since then? I know, it's just now on, so maybe not so much, but it hasn't been a super long time. But have things changed?
Yeah, things have definitely changed. Yes, things have definitely changed. Um, yeah, they have. I'm really, really grateful to have met the people that I've met on the show. So many opportunities that I've been able to get, and so much wonderful feedback. Um, yeah, it has definitely changed my life. I'm extremely grateful for it.
How do you think you've changed? Do you look at things differently now? Just yourself, like what did you learn from this experience about yourself?
I'm gonna be very honest. I think what I have learned is that I I think it's just reaffirming of all of the thoughts and feelings that I've had about myself. Like I've always felt like I'd be really great on TV. I always felt like, if there were cameras on me, I could really think on my feet. That I'm very good socially. If I gotta read a bitch down, I could do it. So watching the show and being a part of the show, I think really reaffirmed a lot of those things for me. It makes me feel, I've always been extremely confident, but I feel like it just really, really solidifies it even more for me. That's how I feel about it. I feel like that's really what I've taken away from the show about myself, and it made me feel it like makes me feel like, oh, like I can do this so many more times over and over.
I was gonna say, it sounds like overall it was a good experience then. So glad.
Yeah,
So, like I said, sorry to see you go, but it was nice talking to you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
yeah, of course. I really enjoyed your questions, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Of course.
Have a good rest of your after. I guess it's still kind of morning, afternoon. It's an
Thank
afternoon.
you.
Bye
You too.
bye.
Bye.